Okay, we're going to hit part 2 of our policy discussion. We'll initiate that with lost and found policy. Is this going to be a regular discussion? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be every day because we're dealing with children. We're dealing with parents with a lot of children. We're dealing with people in a hurry. So all of those kind of come together in a firestorm of I'm going to lose or forget things in your facility and then come talk to you afterward. I'm still amazed how often people don't come and talk to us about the things they've left behind. There have been health-related elements, prescription drugs, inhalers, things that are really important for your well-being that have been left behind and never reclaimed. So, and then I'm also surprised by something that seems really trivial and people call back and want to pick it up. So lost and found, essentially, we are responsible, not responsible. Not responsible. Why? Why, Heidi? This is our building.
Too much for us to have to like manage everyone and all their things.
Right. And it's pretty common practice in any facility now that the liability doesn't fall on us to reclaim your items.
In almost any locker room you go into, you'll find a sign that says, "We are not responsible for lost or stolen items."
Yeah.
That's your own risk for leaving them here.
Yeah. And
Are we
who are we
gonna
to?
do signage?
What's that?
Are we doing signage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. So this was submitted for signage. We had a city administrator who got the final say on what's posted where, and so when we go in there, we'll make a note of where things are documented and then have to adjust. Maybe add signs later or put up a temporary 11 by 17 stand with a sign in it. So we'll adjust to some of those elements. But who are we to buck the trend, right? We don't want to single-handedly overturn lost and found policies that are nationwide. So we're gonna maintain the status quo. We are encouraging everyone to store and lock all belongings. Why?
Keep them safe.
Keep them safe. Pretty straightforward, right? What happens if no one locks up stuff?
Stuff gets stolen.
Why?
It's a free-for-all.
Because people are people.
Are you saying that someone in this room would steal something if we didn't lock it?
I'm not saying anything about these people.
Good, good.
These are the top of the top of the
tier.
stack, right? Right?
Yes. These are the best of the best, guys. But we understand human nature, you're right, Carly. And when opportunity presents itself, we start inviting that type of behavior, which is what we don't want to do. We don't want the Clyde Recreation Center to be a hotbed of stolen items. In Provo, we've witnessed $600 in cash. Why? Stolen. iPhones, stolen. Purses with wallets of lots of money, stolen. Credit cards, you name it, things have been stolen. There's a gun that was unlocked, that became a safety issue. Wasn't stolen, but someone had opened and seen it, and is that an issue if it's locked up? No, right? Because now we know you can have a concealed carry permit, be in our facility, lock up the gun so it's not a safety issue for everyone else. Lock up your money so that when you get it stolen, or so that it's not even an opportunity to get it stolen, okay? So let's counsel people if we notice that they're walking away from a locker that's unlocked. Don't feel like, well, if I say something, now I'm telling 3 people around them that it's unlocked. Don't feel that way.
It
Let
tells
them know,
people
hey,
around them that you're watching.
yeah, hey, I recommend you lock that up. I don't have a lock. Well, we have some available for sale, or take it with you, okay? General lost and found. So, we'll hold these items for up to 5 business days. Unclaimed items will be donated to a nonprofit entity, later to be named. Located items can be claimed during hours of operation. Any hazardous or odorous material, clothing, usually swimsuits, usually towels that are soaking wet, sneakers that are really old and dirty, we're not going to keep. It's just a hazard to everything else that we're storing. So they'll be thrown away at the end of business day. And what's the reason? Health reasons. Pretty straightforward. Sorry, it's a hazard. Can't keep that stuff around. Valuables, credit cards, jewelry, cell phones, keys. We do have a lock on site. So if someone's honest enough and finds that, brings it to the front desk, we can lock it up. Shift leads will have that ability, Point Legends will have the ability to lock up valuable items. And then obviously, any full-timer, if you hand it to them, we can trust that that'll get in the right place. But whenever we find something valuable, there'll be a lost and found form that we need to fill out. And that's documentation that you did your part, that we got it, and now the next step is in process, which is storage and then claiming eventually. Lost membership cards. We're gonna keep them, hopefully get them out, get them back to them. I don't know why we would ever throw them away. Hopefully we would just call them up, email them, let them know that it's available for pickup. But then if someone has lost it, how much are we going to charge? $5 for a new key tag. Okay. Do they need a new membership card if it's in their phone?
No.
If they're using the app? So you know what I would love if you did? If you said, I noticed you lost your membership card. We can replace that for $5, or you could download the Clyde Rec Center app. Let me show you how to do that. That would be amazing customer service. Okay. So this talks a little bit about how we're going about collecting those items. And we can review that at a later time. Okay, so this is more of a broad review of some of these policies. Any questions on lost and found? No? None. Okay, let's get to something really exciting then. Splashdown! We have 2 indoor slides. No, I take it back. We've got, how many? 4 indoor slides. 2 of them are for 48 inches and under. 2 of them are for, it says 48 years old, but I'm sure we would allow 2-year-olds on them. They're in the 0 depth pool, and they can just meander up to the steps, slide down. It's about 1.5 foot drop from top to bottom, and then it slides into the water. So those are 2 pretty cool slide features. This one is referencing the 2 48-inch slides, 48-inch height restriction slide. So don't block the end of the slide. So when we say the end of the slide, that's where people get tossed out. It's where you hit the body of water. It's a good reason, right? We don't want collisions happening there. Exit immediately toward the stairs. Why?
So you're out of the way.
Out of the way, and sliders hit the water, create some kind of water feature, bubbles that prevent lifeguards from being able to see what's happening clearly. So the more frequently there are bubbles and just kind of, what's the word? Visual impairments, the more liable we are for issues. So let's limit that. You guys won't typically have to deal with it, but if you see it, help the lifeguards usher people out. So hopefully we'll get to see all of these elements while we're in full operation at some point, but
Will there be a splashdown lifeguard, like in the splashdown pool, or just kind of a state lifeguard station around it? Sorry, I'm going back to my lifeguarding.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
thinking
great.
about it.
it's great. We have discussed having one in the splashdown. We've also discussed having someone on the perimeter, kind of walking, looking at the splashdown as well as the hot tub, because they're both in the same area. So I don't know where we ended up on that. I'm leaning towards we're having someone on the outside walking between them. No swimming or flotation devices allowed while slides are operating. Any reason for that?
Lifeguards can't see.
Yeah. I think it's a false sense of security, plus it's also a snagging hazard. So although all of these slides say that it's really smooth on the inside, we don't know until something actually gets caught, if it's going to get caught. So let's limit the amount of things that could get stuck in there. Okay, let's go to slide rules since we're talking about the splashdown pool. So you notice the height restriction right there. Riders must be 48 inches tall. Riders must lay feet first on their back or sitting. And we tried to make it as clear as day that there's really only way to get in this slide. It's feet first. And this is straight from the manufacturer. So when people ask questions about the slide, hey, why can't you go head first? Why can't you slide down on your belly? These are manufacturer suggestions, and they've done extensive testing, so we've sided with their suggestions. Riders must wait for the lifeguard's signal before starting their descent. No zippers, buckles, or rivets. Obviously that damages things, but it's also a potential snagging hazard. Don't run, dive, stand, kneel, rotate, or stop in the slide. That's straight from the slide manufacturer. So apparently, one of the slides, there's a little bit more room than the other one to actually move around inside, and we're supposed to limit that movement. No life jackets or goggles, and exit immediately toward the stairs. So a little bit of redundancy in that one, because it's that important. We don't want any kind of visual impairment in that. Oh no.
There's a visual.
Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. Did you see all those things closing? Okay. So, spinning in a new direction, since the policy's closed, we are going to take a moment, re-upload some of those elements, and then get you to a place where you can take some notes. Okay? So, soft opening schedule begins Monday, May 14th. We, as you noticed from those banners earlier today, we're going to be taking tours, finalizing memberships from 10 to 2 in the afternoon. So as part of that, I want to have at least 4 point attendance, okay? We'll probably schedule 1 or 2 child watch, depending on how Michelle feels, just so that we can be comfortable with the operation of child watch, even though we're not really going to be admitting children at that point, okay?
I think you're gonna need 2, just like for, usually you have to have 2, I would imagine.
Love it.
Yeah, let's do 2.
Okay, 2. Lucky. So if you group up right now, we'll just book you in 2s. Okay, so 10 to 2, if you want to update your availability in one night work, that's great. Any and all of these days. We're also going to have live operation of the facility beginning at 5. So we'll have to report at 4, review kind of operation elements, and then you'll be in full operation mode from 5 until 9:30. So 5 to 9 is every soft opening's general runtime. We've broken it into 2 sessions, 5 to 7, and then like a 7:30 to a 9 to 9:30. And so essentially you're going to be ushering in 2 different groups at that point. We've broken them down. Here's the first group, second group. Oh, it looks like that's the same group. So those guys get to stay for 4 hours. They can come and go as they please. We did get hand stamps, so it'll be common practice for you to stamp their hand if they want to leave and then return. Okay. We've got 6 different colors, because Monday through Saturday is 6 different days. So don't use the same color in successive days. I imagine we'll eventually end up labeling them which day to use which color. Tuesday, same thing, 10 to 2, tours, finalized memberships, and then we got Clyde companies, which could be Sunrock, could be WW Clyde, it could be any of their sister companies coming at that point. And then, same thing, 7:30 to 9:30. So, I think we left this open because this is ribbon cutting day. Yay! Ribbon cutting on the 16th. So 16th will be kind of a big deal. We definitely want you there for that. So pencil yourselves in for your schedule there. If there are any conflicts, let me know.
When is the ribbon cutting on Wednesday?
7 p.m., Wednesday the 16th. Mayor's going to speak, city administrator, former mayor's going to speak, and since he's got naming rights on it, we'll have food trucks, try and create a kind of a party atmosphere and make it really fun, but essentially no real use of the facility, no swimming, no heavy workouts, no fitness classes, none of that. It's just tours. So we will break into sections and help people on their self-guided tours answer any questions we may have. So we may have Kayla standing in front of the fitness studio. We may have Caitlin up by the free weights answering questions that patrons have there. Okay, so we want people stationed throughout the facility answering questions, but no real use. And then we're back to the general soft opening where they get to use the facility as if we're in full operation. Okay, so Thursday the 17th, Friday the 18th, and then Saturday the 19th we'll need all hands on deck because this is the pass members. This is everyone who purchased on Cyber Monday all the way up to today. Bought a pass is going to get an invite tomorrow that details their specific time. So what I essentially did is took all the pass holders, broke them up alphabetically, so Heidi, you'll get one of these. You're actually coming, or you're invited to come at 2:30. Amanda, I think you're in 2:30 group. I think so. My two all-stars in the same group? I'm not feeling too good about this. So, yeah. We are going to have a lot of people because they're going to be bringing their entire family. I imagine, just like everything else, it's all going to hit at once and then there'll be a dead time. And then there'll be another surge of people and there'll be a line. So this is where we really get to show how good we are at managing lines, managing customer service with a lot of stress, and then processing some of these past type of questions. Taking pictures, taking payments in some cases, uploading utility bills, all of those elements to finalize their membership pass purchase. Speaking of that, Derek, shout out to Derek. He deserves something candy related. Derek came up to us last session and said, hey Penn, you had mentioned that we may need to use our cell phones to take pictures in order to help patrons get their membership passes finalized. And he's like, I'm concerned, maybe we should just get a couple more tablets and have them on. And what did I say, Derek? Maybe. Well, guess what, man? Your concern resonated with the director, so we got 2 more tablets. So we'll use tablets whenever possible, and then if we need my cell phone, we can also use that, okay? But I think we should be in good shape with 4 tablets, even though some of them are going to be used for check-in. Okay, come join us for the next session.